Gems for the record. We back in the building. It's your boy Javon, aka Him Duncan, Hemi Butler. What's good? What's good?
Hey, what's going down, man? It's your boy King Eli.
So man, it's your boy Marcus, Swole Poppy. We all gems for the record, man. We back.
Yeah, my nigga got the muscles on, on deck today.
We living, man. Something like,
What kind
man.
of oil you put on your arms,
Brought the
nigga?
Yeah,
He's
now
like,
he put some oil on them all.
hey, you got to. You got to get the shea butter, Poppy. You feel me? Yeah, you got to, man. Come on,
Got
man.
you put some of that beard
Gotta show
oil
off them
in it.
gains one time for the one
Come on,
time.
man. One time, man.
Love beard oil.
For real.
Been rubbing beard oil on them
Nah,
elbows.
man.
Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm a representation.
We got one on deck.
I'm a
We got
representation
one
of
on deck
the
today.
squad, man. I'm a representation of the squad, man. I gotta look the part.
Let's get it.
Nah, he got to show the gains for the rest of us because I damn sure ain't working out. I'm keeping a buck with you. This is a dad bod. It's a dad bod right here, man. But yeah, we got a special one on deck. Honestly, this is one I've been kicking around for a while, man. This is a little conversation I was having with my auntie not too long ago, just on the different aspects of how it shapes you from as a youth to now as an adult. You know what I mean? So this one I'm calling "No Church in a While." I like that song title, and that song was fire. First of all, by Kanye and Jay-Z. But yeah, man.
Oh, I didn't know that
First
was
of all,
where your inspiration came from.
oh, not really, but like I love the name so much. When I thought about, it, like, oh yeah, this fit. But really, I want to get mental health updates, man. What's been going on with y'all boys?
Scott Marcus.
Maintaining, really, just working, paying these bills because they not stopping, my brother. They definitely not stopping.
Shit, more adding on. Seem like
Yeah, I remember. Not I remember, but one of my coworkers was like, "Bro, I just paid rent. Like it's gonna be the first again."
I swear to God,
Just
I swear
paid
to
rent.
God. Still
Just paid.
good. Man, say, bro.
Yeah,
We'll get that's a conversation for another day, bro. Trust me.
Yeah, that's we're gonna
That's
shelf
what we
that.
got to shelf.
That's
Yeah.
rent pod, nigga.
What's good with you, Eli?
Oh man, I'm straight, man. Yeah, bro, I'm good. Everything's all right. I know our fate and where everybody going at, with the job when I come back off vacation. So, you know what I mean? I'll let y'all know if I be having an hour and 15-minute drive now. So we'll see.
Oh,
The Funky Town.
the switch, right?
Yeah. Who knows though? I don't know. I'm not finna let it mess with my mental or, worry about it too much. It's already enough going on in the world, so it's all good. But other than that, man, family good, life good, refrigerator full of Minute Maid, so we good.
Oh, so she be on her job, then.
Yeah,
She be on her job, then. Shout out to Sakari
man.
for holding it down with the Minute Maid and then the fridge.
Yeah, we
But
Gucci.
yeah, man.
Hold on, best
Okay.
friend. If you don't flip that cowboy thing right, I'm trying to.
Yeah, that look like
It's flipped, but you got to remember the shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was about to say.
Camera. Yeah, they hold. They hold. I really should flip that shit around.
No, it look like the helmet is upside down, fam.
I think that is though the blanket is weird. You know what I mean? Like it's not a it's just the helmet, but like that shit is like that. I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean? The helmet is upside down, but the words is written out how
It
they
look like some anti-cowboy shit, but it's cool.
Nevertheless, it's still the boys, man.
Yeah. You already know. You know, I already know how we rocking, baby. But honestly, I can't just like y'all, bro. I really can't complain. Shit, my kids, my kids out of school, so that means they gonna be on daycare all day. So from about 7:30 to about 6 o'clock, I'm free. I'm free, nigga. So hey, man, these are my blessings.
That's when
these are my blessings.
That's PTO time right there.
I'm say these are my blessings. This is the way the Lord has has wheeled His way into my life. I'm just trying to share my testimony. You know what I mean? But
hey, does that thing next to you go up right there? Is it like a little
This,
compartment? Yeah.
yeah, it's a little chest in there.
Nigga, he got all kind
Keep
of
my little
assorteds
shit.
of lotions and candles and shit for his
You know what
PTO
I'm
time,
saying?
nigga.
That's classified. It's G14 classified. You know what I'm saying? You need special classification to even get in there.
Yeah.
Warm towels.
You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. Hey, we're gonna speak on that, nigga.
Not on this church pod, nigga.
That
Not
nigga,
on this church
I'm
pod.
saying though,
Nigga.
we're gonna speak on that at some point. That nigga there, hey, you on to something. You on to something. Hey, but we gonna get back to the reason we all here today, man. I'm calling this one "No Church in a While." So basically, for me, and today, especially as being someone who's grown up in the church, I know like most of y'all probably have. Like I think as an adult, I strayed away from it, and here recently, I've been wondering why. You know what I mean? Like I've been really trying to ruminate on that, on why I feel like I've kind of been detached from it all. So really, I kind of want to take it back to the beginning. So what, like for y'all, what was y'all first experience with like religion itself? You know what I mean? Like, was it church? Was it whatever? So Eli, I know you've been in it since the beginning, nigga.
Well, I mean, I want to say my first like true experience. Oh man, I want to say I was probably about 8, right? 8. We had we had just lost our pastor of the church, and we all anytime that happened, the church kind of separates. Or if it wasn't, I don't want to say it wasn't ran right, but if there was wrath, if you got people who had their own intentions, and you got to think about the business side, who owns the building, this, that, and the third. If it's a family, if they really wants whatever the church wants, it might be a rift. So we end up moving to another church, another building. Anyways, the reason why I say this because I still remember the sanctuary, right? It was at Saintsville, but we weren't at the main part. We was like in the side little building of it. So that's where they allowed us to have church over there. So we would be in there, and I forgot who was up preaching, but it's like every church service, they like, hey, at the end or in the middle before they give offering and all that stuff, they're like, hey, anybody want to give up, come up and give their life to the Lord or whatever. I don't know what was like on me, was on my chest, I don't know, I was 8. And something just said, go up there. You know what I mean? I don't know what that feeling was, what that voice was, but it said, go up there and give your life. And it was like, all right. And I went up there, and, I still remember that to this day. I think my pops prayed for me, gave my life to the Lord then, and then, I've been a heathen ever since.
Man.
So I gotta get
Man,
back right.
you ain't
Yeah.
lying, dog. You ain't lying. So you just
I gotta be
had
honest,
something
right?
on your chest at that time that just made you
Yeah, I
feel
don't
like
know.
that.
I don't know, bro. It's not like I was 8, nigga. It wasn't really nothing real going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? I
Like,
wasn't
I
going through
mean,
no
yeah,
trials
nigga
and
might have stole your
tribulations, nigga.
toys or some shit. I don't know.
You say what?
Nigga might have stole your toys or some shit. I don't know. Like it
Nah,
might have
bro.
hit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit hit.
I had a line. I had a supply of Hot Wheels, bro. Like I had it. And my imagination was there, bro. And it wasn't like none of the Hot Wheels was in distress. Like wasn't no toys broken. It was nothing that was like, it was just I don't know, just like come on, nigga. I guess like when you younger, you don't have so much spiritual baggage, so like you're able to listen a little bit.
Bad.
You don't know what you're hearing. You know what I'm saying? But you hear it. And you're just like, oh, okay, here.
Yeah.
All right, is this what you want me to do? You know what I mean? And then you get older and yeah.
So much come along with that.
Yeah.
What about you, Morris?
To be honest, as far back as I can remember, because y'all know my mother, real faith-based, real spiritual. Me and my brother, we was in the church from, like I said before, just as long as we can remember, from yay high, we was always there. Our cousins both had their own respective churches, and one of them is now a bishop. He got ordained a long time ago, but it's in the family, So that's all we knew at one point. That's what every Sunday. That's what it was. So pretty much as far back as I can remember. And I know when she started working like full time, we stopped going. But for the most part, but that's all I remember.
So yeah, I pretty much kind of in the same realm as me. Just like you said, like bro, since I could remember, like knee high to a grasshopper, like nigga, I'm like 5 years old, remembering like falling asleep on my mama lap in church and stuff, just because we've been there 12 hours. Nigga, I don't know what time we got there, but I know by the time I left, nigga, I was starving. I was like, bro, Jesus didn't die for this, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I need something to eat, bro. I am starving. But I know, like, from dating back then, like you said, Eli, I don't think I really understood the magnitude of it. You know what I mean? I was just going because everybody else was going, the fam was going. This is where we all congregated. Like you said, like my uncle, my uncle's a pastor, my great uncle's a pastor. Like that's kind of where we come from, like that old religious belief set. You know what I mean? And dealing with it now, I'm looking back at it. My bad. I'm trying to get back to the docket. Like looking at it now, I'm trying to gauge whether or not I ever truly believed. You know what I mean? Like, or if it was just something I fell into, like just because this is what the family did. This is like I like for the longest, bro. I didn't even know it was different versions of Christians. Nigga, I didn't know it was apostles and this set and this set. And I was like, fam, where all these people come from? All I knew I was just showing up and praising God. Like, you know what I mean? So for you, what do you feel like you are a true believer?
Mm,
Uh,
I would say
we can keep
I
going
was
too
I
much.
would, I would say yeah, but like the way like you would, I guess you could say like the way you would like live it out may not say as much, but like from like the principles on how it's broken down, it's just belief, and I think that's pretty much like even though we still early in the docket, that's really what I'm probably gonna keep saying that. That's gonna bring everything like full circle because it's belief. I know it's something that's not as tangible, something that you could like grab and like pull, but like it's I'd rather say like more spiritual than religion. That's how I look at it. That's just me personally, but like it's just a belief. But like I said, my actions might not show up, but like the belief, like if it's about if you can have like a bottom line, then I would say yeah, I believe.
See, I think that's what we try to define, like what a true believer is, because so many people view it so different. Like, are you saying there's so many people that feel like the actions might not say that you are a true believer because you're not in the church on Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, like all the special days, you know what I mean? Like the little work days throughout the week. So I mean, I know Eli, you with your pops dealing with what he dealing with now, like in the religious realm, do you feel like you are in line with what he doing, what he's taught you? Is it pause for dramatic effect, or can you hear me?
No, I trust me, bro. I can hear you. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting the emotional response that kind of came on me when you asked that question. Because I think my dad does his best to put us in line. Well, not I want to say in line with God, right? And kind of like say, hey, nigga, here's the water. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
Nah,
here's
lead you
here's
to
here's the water. You know what I'm saying? This is
yeah.
this is where all the stuff you worried about, drinking, smoking, all that stuff you doing. Like, hey, here's the water for you. Like, it's here. You avoiding it for what? Don't know, but it's here. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's this hardening, or I'm disappointed in myself because I feel like if I don't show up for church, I'm letting him down, and all the hard work that he's putting into us to get us to, because this is not for us. This is for like my son, my nieces, my nephews. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I know I'm not all the way, on him, but I do the best that I can, you know. But yeah, I'm
Facts.
not. I don't think I'm doing everything that you know. If it was up to him, I'd be up there preaching every other day. He'll preach one Sunday, I'll preach next. So you know what I'm saying? And I ain't really. I'm not with that. So
That's kind of where I'm at with it too, bro. Like because I don't know. Just like you said, Marcus, like, and that's kind of dealing with the next topic. I don't want to skip over this one to go to the next one, but because of what you said, I'm so inspired because, like, bro, religion versus spirituality, like, that's what defines me at the current moment. Like, because her recently having a conversation with my auntie, and she was saying, like, the church that I used to go to that I was one of the ushers at, like, they might be closing down soon because it's not enough members going. Like, it's not enough people going anymore. And I'm thinking, like, it hit me because I'm like, dang, man, what can I do? What can I do to help? Or what, like, should I show up to help? But I don't know if I'm inspired by the religion anymore. You know what I mean? Like the foundation of religion, I don't know if I trust it as much anymore. Like me, I feel like I have a spiritual connection with God, and I feel like I try to live my best, but I'm not sure a religion is gonna get me where I want to go. You know what I mean? Like having some person, like some man on earth who's flawed, like we all are flawed, try to tell me like the way I should go about living my life. I don't know if I can believe that. And that's where this kind of like that was the root of this docket when I really think about it. So like for you, what is like the religion versus spirituality? Like can you have a relationship with a higher power without being tied to a church? Eli.
I feel like, man, what's that lady, man? She got like a little fro. I think it's Wanda Sky, Skina.
Sykes.
Yeah, all
One
right.
that's like the comedian chick.
Yeah. She just dropped a Netflix special, right? And
Mm,
I didn't watch the whole thing because I yeah. But it was a part that was funny, right? And the funny part was like, we went to the online church, right? And
mm.
a nigga like, ooh, yes, nigga, I ain't gotta get out the bed. I can worship Jesus. Yes, right? But no.
No, for real.
So she was like, doing communion. Like everybody, the pastor was like, everybody get out whatever. If you got a little wine or if you got juice and a Ritz cracker or something, pull it up. So she was like, all right, cool. So she was like, I got my wine. I got my wine. I got the wine. All right,
Like
cool.
real wine.
So she was like, I need to get back into church because my Bible had a ring from my wine glass sitting on top of it from all the communion I was taking. She was like, I need supervision, so I'm going back into church, right? So it's like, you can go out there. I mean, if you want to try it on your own, it's fine. You know what I mean? That's you got your own spirituality and you want to feel like you want to be connected to him that way, then that's cool. But it's something about having people around you and everybody on the same kind of wavelength in a certain sense. Everybody not on the same page, but everybody's there to receive something from God, right? To have an empty cup and get poured into. So you want to be a part of that to be able to see that, because a lot of times it's harder for you to believe that you're going to get through something until you see somebody else get through something that's worse. You know what I'm saying? And actually being there, like, Saturday, Sunday, and then that person is there like Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. They're resolved. You know what I'm saying? What they believe in, they're demonstrating it, and they're trying to get themselves away from whatever it is outside, that's kind of pulling them into, whatever it is that they're not supposed to be doing or they're trying to get out of. So I think going to church, that puts you in an environment where you can grow a lot faster than you are trying to figure it out on your own and being spiritual on your own. I think you want to have, like in marriage counseling or something like that. Like, this nigga don't know nothing about neither one of y'all, but you'll go to him because he is skilled at helping you get through whatever you need to get through in a relationship. So I feel like pastors and preachers are the same way. They not all perfect, right? They not perfect. But at the same time, we also have to understand that everybody was born into sin. You get what I'm saying? So we all have our flaws. It's just how you deal and how you move past them in through God or whoever it is that you believe in. So I hope I answered your question. I feel like I'm rambling, my nigga, but yeah.
No, bro. You you on it, my nigga. That's why I'm listening. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to cut you off, just trying to let you cook. You
No,
know?
but yeah, that's really what it is, bro. I just feel like you gotta you want to be in an environment with people where y'all can all grow together and everybody help each other. It's kind of like AAA.
Yeah, no, because like the little point that you was talking about, like it feels like it's helping you grow at a faster rate than you would by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Is what you kind of was saying. But like for you, Marcus, how do you feel about it? Do you feel like you can grow with the higher power without being tied to a church?
Yes and no. I think both is essential because, like what Eli said, being around like-minded people who can help you grow. Because it's the thing about like the story of Adam and Eve. He saw that he was alone. He needed a helpmate. He needed somebody there with him. So that's when he, put him to sleep and created a woman from his rib, just so he wouldn't be alone. That's the story, and that's how it goes. I think at the end of the day, your relationship with him that's got to be like the main thing, because when they teach you about like Judgment Day, when you got to go talk and give your case, you're not gonna do it with the group. You're not gonna do it with your wife, your children. You're gonna do it by yourself. So I think the relationship that you have with him, that got to be like the most important thing. And when you give your all, everything else in line gonna fall in place. But I do think both is essential, for sure.
Mm. See, I'm thinking along the same lines as you were. It's like both are essential, but I don't know if in my present mind state if both are essential. I think the experience with both was essential to help shape me. You know what I mean? So I can get both like sides of the view, like both point of views. You know what I mean? With and without church. And there are definitely some things that I miss about going to church. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm just out here living heathenously, like you know what I mean? Like, but for me, like, do you along those same things? Like, there are guidelines that comes along with like certain religions. You know what I mean? Like certain things, like you can and cannot do. And like, I top it up with my partner at work all the time because he heavy into like what I think they're like Hebrews or something like that. I think it's Black Hebrews or something like that, where he like it's certain thing like okay, this nigga don't eat bacon. This nigga don't the only conversations he has with white people has to be related to his job, like outside of work. He don't talk to white people or something like that. I'm like, bro, yeah, bro, it's and that's and that'd be my point about the religion, like that face that you just made. That'd be my point. It's like certain things, like bro, certain religions have so many guidelines that you have to follow, where a person outside of it would think like, what the fuck are you talking about? How does that even relate? So I'm like, do you have to follow those religious guidelines, like whatever faith you pray to or you're a part of?
Can I say something to that, bro?
Yeah,
I feel like we gotta have a discernment between what believing in
I got
something,
to.
believing in something, and following somebody's opinion. You get what I'm saying? Following somebody's perspective of life. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Hebrewism, I don't know all the ins and outs of that shit, but for somebody to say, hey, I'm not going to talk to white people because that's starting to get to my religion, that doesn't sound like a religion to me. That sounds more of a personal preference that somebody wants other people to follow and be about versus religion, because I don't think...
Yeah, for some, he broke it down to me. He broke it down. It's some script or whatever is in there for him.
That's cool, but like you supposed to treat the next person as if you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like human being one-on-one. So I feel like that kind of like goes against like how to like you can't even like what? So if a white police officer pull this nigga over, he not gonna say nothing to him? If this nigga is drowning, if this nigga is drowning in water and he needs somebody to save him, and it's a white nigga right there, he not gonna say, "Hey, white man."
Hey,
come on, bro.
I don't know.
That's insane to me, bro. Like I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. I'm not trying to disrespect no religion. I ain't trying to do none of that. But we gotta have some kind of something up here to say. They don't even add up to what I'm biologically made up of. You know what I'm saying? Like as human beings, we are attracting them. I'm sorry, bro. That just kind of threw me off, bro.
Hey, bro, this is the conversation I'm hoping to spark, nigga. Like
Jesus.
shit like that. Like for you, there are guidelines that comes along with the faith that you pray to. Like, what's to say that your faith, like your guidelines or whatever, is more morally valid than his? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I truly don't know, and that's what the conversation I was hoping to spark. You know what I mean? Like, because there are guidelines with all religions and all faiths, and I feel like what's the significance of them in today? Like, do you stick to religious guidelines, or are you picking and choosing?
Tell you right now, I'm picking and choosing.
Yeah, that nigga say nah, nah. Hold the in. But nah,
Just
Marcus,
being real,
you
bro.
picking and choosing, or you trying to stick to the guidelines?
I feel like in the spirituality, you're supposed to stick to the script because that's how you grow. I feel like if you pick and choose, that's how you moonwalk. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, I'm a victim, just like I've seen plenty. I'm not here to tell nobody else's story. Even though I done seen it, but like, come on, bro, pick and choose. We already know, bro. I guess it comes down to like some sort of like pride or like some type of resolve that we have to come down to the decision that we might skip this, but I'm gonna do this. I might skip that. I'm gonna do this. That's just how it goes. Is it right? No, we're not even finna sugarcoat it, but we already know how the game. That's how the game go.
I mean, honestly, I think that's what when you think about it, these religions have been around for thousands of years, bro. Like, so I don't think it's really so much of like the same rules can't apply throughout 2,000, 3,000, 10,000, 70 million years. Like, there's no way you can apply the same logic that the niggas was using 10,000 years ago. Like, that's impossible to me. That's why that's why religion is such a iffy thing for me. I'm like, bro, this is some stuff that niggas in caves was drawn about. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you can really apply all of the logic that they applied, like the Ten Commandments and stuff. Like in 2023, I don't know how easily you will be able to avoid breaking those things. You know what I mean? Like breaking those commandments or breaking those whatever the Muslim like proverbs, or I forgot the word that they use for it, but it's certain things that I just think it's impossible to apply today. So for me, it is picking and choosing, but it's not just because it's like on some I'm picking the ingredients in my burger type shit. Like, nah, I take the information that I have and I try to make the best choice for my life personally with that information. So for me, I'm like, I know there are people who just don't believe, like people that don't care, that don't even think about the thought that there is a higher power. Which for me, I'm like, how the fuck could you even, but like, how could you not see the work that's been done to this world itself? You know what I mean? Like the air that we breathe. You think about it, bro. We literally in the perfect location in our solar system. Just break it down even scientifically. Like you think about the location that we are. If we closer, we burn it. If we farther away, we too cold. And we can't maintain the atmosphere or some shit like that. The air that we breathe, nigga, like if it's 10% more carbon in the air, nigga, we dead. Like type shit. Like, you know what I mean? There's just so much shit that is like, bro, there's no way you can say that there is not a God.
The Big
Because
Bang Theory.
like, bro, like, bro, you think about the location, like, nigga, we would be dead. This planet is habitable. Like, in a world, like, there's no other habitable nigga, we planet. Would be dead. This planet is habitable. Like, in a world, I don't know. What is it playing it back right now? But yeah, like for me, I'm like, okay, how do y'all feel about people who just don't have any faith in any higher beings? It's all just scientific miracles, nigga.
Tenichi on, man. Tenichi on. I don't know.
I remember a while back, I was listening to this sermon by this preacher's name is Apostle Murray. He got the church over there on Wheeling, Full Gospel. That's what it's called. And he was speaking on something like that, as far as like people who don't believe. And he said something along the lines of like, you got people out there that don't believe, but he was like, but what they got to do with God? And that's kind of how I feel about it. Because it's kind of like, I feel like you got to have a certain sort of audacity to not believe that it's a higher power. Because if it was up to us, like, look where my arms are, look where my legs are. I'm able to walk, I could reach, I could talk, like my teeth for chewing, my ears for hearing, mouth for speaking. Like I even heard him say something along the lines of like, if it was up to us, our mouths would probably be right here. Like my leg would be right here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro,
it's like, nah, they say he know the hairs on our head. Our future is a memory to him. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? So may God be with you for real. But it's like, as far as that, it's the fact that like they not even like willing to listen.
Unknown caller.
It's like it's just a one-way street. Oh, this, I don't hate nobody, for sure. But it's just like, if you're not even willing to listen to like anybody, like you don't even want to try to learn.
Bro, it's just like them, I ain't gonna lie, like, bro, like them flat earth niggas, like people like that, like, I don't gonna lie, like this shit, I have the best time talking to these niggas. Like, if I want entertainment, this is where I go, nigga. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not devout. I'm not a devout Christian. I'm not all the way enthralled in religion, but nigga, like to not believe on any level that there's a higher power, it's just too much evidence that we are, for better or worse, nigga, we blessed to be where we are. Because like you said, nigga, the polar ice caps or some shit melting. Like once them shits is gone, bro, we are out of there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and the fact that they've lasted for millions of years, nigga, to the point that we are now, like, I don't see how you could just say, like, you could just blatantly dismiss the fact that there's a higher power. I don't know. That shit crazy.
They put too much stock in us humans, in my personal opinion.
And seriously, but you gotta think, like, bro, we out, like, bro, if you keep it a book, like, bro, we just outnumber niggas. Like, if there were billions of lions, we would be fucked. Like, you know what I mean? If there were billions of anything, that's why everything is so close to extinction.
We not,
like, bro.
We not out.
I'm telling you, we've got lucky something took the dinosaurs out, because we'll be fucked. Like, whatever that was, I don't know. But whoever it was, appreciate you, man. Because I was not trying to fight no T-Rex on a Tuesday, nigga. Like,
we do impressive stuff, like LeBron dunked over Nurkic. I thought that was crazy. Like, bro, somebody invented the hot cone. We all right, bro. We not out there, bro. We not out there.
I'm saying, bro, there's no way we doing all this shit by ourselves, dog.
Hey, you see the recovery on some of these niggas' hairlines? That gotta be God, bro. They got a spray on.
Oh, you talking about LeBron?
Nigga.
Hey,
the Beijing joint. The Beijing joint, yeah.
Yeah, bro. That's a high being, bro.
It ain't working as good these days, but it had a good run.
I think I heard.
Y'all seen the Carlos Boozer joint when he had the whole.
Bro, that shit looked crazy.
Tangents.
And the nigga had the nerve to like shape it up like with a little part in them. Like, come on, bro. You were wilding. I just want to get a water gun and just check niggas' hairline. Like, just run around with a water gun or something. We gonna check niggas' hairline. But nah, this kind of actually ties a little bit into the next topic. Like faith versus logic. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't even think I got the answer, bro.
There are people who truly just devout in their faith. Like, they don't question nothing. Nothing about the Bible, nothing about the world. I mean, nothing about their religion. They just faith. They believe it's gonna work out because God said it's gonna work out. But like, there are certain things where your logic has to take some type of hole, bro. You gotta be able to use your logic to be like you saying, like it's a white nigga and I'm drowning. I ain't gonna talk to this nigga. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we talking about? Like, bro, I don't know. So for you, where does faith and logic cross in your life? You know what I mean? Like, where do they intersect?
So growing up, y'all, like I say, everybody know my mama. Faith, real faith driven, real sweet lady. So it's like where she comes from is always, trust and believe, trust and believe. And, I hold her to that because I know that's what I'm gonna get from her, and I love her for that. But like, and this ain't got nothing to do with her when I figure it say this is totally two separate things. I'm just giving an example. But on the flip side of that, when we were created, we were given this up top. So it's like, yeah, I did make you. I want you to serve me. But at the same time, think for yourself too. Like, go out here. I'm gonna guide your steps. Just to make sure you make the right decisions. I'm gonna lead you there. But like, it's okay. Like, we can invent things. It's okay that we could become entrepreneurs. All these like businessmen. Like, it's okay that we out here creating. As long as we not, being ill to our neighbor and like just causing chaos upon the world. It's okay to think for ourselves. Plan stuff out. Want to do certain ventures in life. The thing about that is like, it's a beautiful thing and it's a dangerous thing. What is free will? Free will is the ability to be able to do anything you want to do. But you got to understand there's good consequences and there's bad consequences too. We're able to do whatever we want to do, and it's a beauty in that. But it's also, what are you going to do with that? And where you end up, that's going to determine what you did with your free will. So, like, of course, logic and faith, they have to cross. I believe they have to cross lines. You still trust and believe in him, but there's nothing wrong with using this up top. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what it's there for. Because if he didn't give us, he knew what he was doing. That's why I say we're not that great. He knew what he was doing. We could think for ourselves. It's okay to use certain logic, But I think for those people, because the word is the bottom line. Like, what's your bottom line? For some people, it's business. It's a dollar amount. And for like faith, it's the Bible. Like, that's the bottom line. So for those who trust and believe in the word, everything else is going to fall in place. Yeah.
Nah, you talking that talk for real.
Mm.
For real. Eli, where does it cross in your life? Where is it intersect?
Mm. I don't even know, bro. I think I I guess dinosaurs. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, come on. I'm
Like,
normally I'm gonna be like, where the fuck are we going? Like you said, when we in the car, where we going?
nah, nigga, I'm
But
just
I'm gonna wait.
I'm being real, bro. I'm just there is no speak. Well, why aren't they? Why they don't speak on dinosaurs in this? You know, in certain religions, but we got evidence of these niggas. Or are they not dinosaurs at all and they just birds? Never mind, bro.
Man,
Logic, nigga. Just
man.
where a nigga at right? Just really. That's it, nigga. Like, that's it.
And nigga said, honestly, I can always depend on this nigga to come with some shit that I ain't thought of. I ain't
But no,
Alright.
like
You got
certain
a point.
certain people be like, I don't believe in this, that, and the third. Like, I don't believe, like, I can't see him, so I don't believe in him. And I'm just kind of like, man, you sure about that? Like, are you sure? Like, the reason why you don't
Man.
believe is because you can't see. You know what I'm saying? I think that's easy. I think that's the easy cop. That's the easy cop. I can't see
Man.
the air that I breathe, but I'm,
Facts. Facts.
you know what I'm saying? I
But I'm
can't see the
surviving
breath
out that
coming out my
shit.
goddamn mouth, but I'm breathing. You know what I mean? So it logic is it makes no sense. It goes back to the last topic. Like, how can you say that you don't believe in God? And there's atheists out there. I'm not saying they're like devil worshippers. They're probably good people. They do shit for the community
Yeah.
and all the other stuff, right? They just don't. They just think when it's over, and they are cool with that. You know, if that's what they want to do, it's fine. But you can't sit up here and ignore logic. This is logic, nigga. It's stuff happening to people on a day-to-day basis, and it ain't just off of coincidence, bro. Like, people being blessed every day. like out of nowhere. We can be doing something tomorrow and get an email. Hey, you got $10,000 coming because this, that, and the third. Boom, boom, boom. Something you didn't even know. You know what I mean? Or it could be something that you've been earning. You've been asking God for, or just asking the universe for it. Then just boom, here it is. It's right here, bro. All you had to do was ask. All you had to do was just put your energy into it. So it's some people want to sit back on their hands and wait for things to come. Those are the people that want to use the ideals of I can't see stuff. And then you got the people who are like, I'm breathing, so obviously it's something that I need to believe in. So I'm gonna go search and I'm gonna go look for it. And
true. But I think that's the where the issue comes in line with stuff like that, with faith versus logic, and the atheists and all of those people, because of all the bad that comes along with this world. You know what I mean? Like, I know Marcus, not too long ago, you were saying like that, bro. I don't know if I want to have kids because it's life. I mean, this world is so fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much that comes along with having a child, like, in this fucked up world where children are dying of leukemia, or children are being shot up in the school and shit like that. Like, I think it is hard sometimes to maintain that faith when you see so much negativity in this world, bro. But I think that's where that faith does come into it, because it's like, I've been through a lot myself. I know each of us have. And without a little bit of faith, without a little bit of like, there's a light at the end of this tunnel, like you won't make it through those bad times. So, you know what I mean? Like, it will be damn near impossible, because you have nothing to strive towards. It's just all negativity. But some people are willing to say that they can put that on their own shoulders. They don't need a religious or spirit or nothing like that to do it. They just have faith in themselves. So I think it's all about like balancing your self awareness, and the universe itself. You know what I mean? Like, realizing that it has to be some type of higher power, because you didn't make this shit, and none of us made this shit, like, physically what it is. So, for me,
I want to say something before we move on real quick, as far as like the logic part goes, because I guess it was kind of like in my spirit to say it, but it's like it's certain things that we can do too, though. Like, I could sit here and pray and be like, because y'all know, like, I was working at the other spot, I was getting a little heavy for real. And I think I seen some videos on, like, when we used to record. I think I seen some old clips. I forgot how I seen them. Maybe it was on your laptop, like something like that. And I was like, dang, I was kind of heavy for real. You could pray, be like, please let me lose. No, go. I go to the gym. Gym. Or I could have like a lack.
What's the saying? Is what, faith without work is dead. Yeah. So I mean, shit, like you said,
logic, and that's a crossroad. It don't mean that none. That's like, okay, I need this, but hey, you got to put yourself in a position for him. He like my dad, like I said, he here's the water, you drink this, but you got to go and you got to put the effort into drinking. You got to go in, you got to put the effort in to building that relationship with God. You got to go in and build that relationship with your wife or your child. You have to go and you have to make yourself available to build all that up. Like, it's just not something that just happens. You have to put in that effort. You got to sit down and listen. The older we get, the harder it is for us to hear certain things, so you really got to get yourself in tune with more.
And or like when a person is like lacking in finances, you could pray for it. Like, even me, like, I'd have been in plenty of bad spots financially. I might ask the Lord for some guidance. He could land you the spot. He could literally give you the joint, give you the gig, but you got to go clock in and do that every day. It's not, you can't sit here and have things given to you from up above and you're not using them properly. You can't get a job and trick it off, or like,
too many niggas. Hold on, my bad.
No, go ahead. You good.
Too many niggas are doing that right now. Like, you can't work that hard to get a job and then show up late, call in, miss days, leave work early. Like, nigga, how does that help? What was the point? You can just stay home.
we could
My
look
fault.
at Magic Johnson as the best passer of all time, but like I believe he's the best assist man ever. Because it's like you done seen him like give so many people the alley oop. You just can't finish the play. Like it's not even
Yeah,
for me. Like
yeah.
you know what I'm saying. Like you may get something put in your life. It's just pride, ego. You just can't finish it for whatever reason. And I just think that's what the brain is for. You know, like I give you this, but go finish it. That's why I'm giving you. That's why a lot of the times we not in the place that we want to be because it's that pride, afraid to fully give ourselves up because it's like we holding on to our pride and our ego so much. You're afraid to be weak and you're afraid to be vulnerable. Or it's like if you just trust in me, you don't got to worry about none of that. Like I got you. I believe that's gonna be the downfall of man. No, that is the downfall of
Man,
man because it ain't getting no better. It'll never get better. It's over with.
my nigga is in the kitchen with it.
Oh
In
yeah.
the kitchen, man. I love this conversation, man. This is what it was all about for me, just having these little gems dropped. You know what I mean? But like this is the one for me. This is the one. Today, is the Bible valid or what, bro? Like, I'm sorry, like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, reading the Bible back as a kid, dog, I loved it because there was so many like amazing stories. Like, even though it was like, struggles and pain and stuff like that, but it was like triumphant moments. Like, bro, nigga, like, shit, David versus Goliath, like the little guy versus like this big giant nigga. You take him out with a pebble, or like the nigga who went to the cave, I forgot his name. Like he was in the cave with the lions, and they came out. You know what I mean? Like he made it through. Like it was the stories that really kind of got me. I didn't really understand the lessons per se as a kid. It's just like I love to read it just because of those things. But there's also like now being an adult, I start to question. I'm like, bro, okay, so this nigga, these niggas was living today 600, 700 years old, bro, and niggas can't make it to 80. Like, where's the disconnect? Like, how did we stray so far away? If
Well,
that was the case, I don't know if that's valid, man. I don't
I
know if
think
it's
you
embellishment or what.
I think
if
they counted
oh,
they counted time differently. Um, then like the way the seasons of the year and the months and all that was a little different.
if
So for like
from my
quarter
reading,
years.
Yeah.
it showed that I'm gonna go ahead and answer the question. I'm gonna just try to just say speak my piece on it. But if you read it, it'll show you that it became a time where like probably like y'all heard the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. That's pretty much today. I had a
Facts.
partner who said if you think of like the nastiest thing, the freakiest thing possible, it's probably happening somewhere on Earth. Like people are like,
Facts.
this is a wicked era that we're in. And in my early readings, it said that he got so displeased with man in our ways. He was like he cut the lifespan off because they were living to be those ages. But he was like, I'm gonna cut it like $120. If you're lucky, for real. That's really what it was. But
Mm.
I feel like anybody who questions it, I feel like you're not reading because in the Bible it says study to show thyself approved. And when you what is studying, I think are like really like when you was in college, when you're doing a paper, you got to break it down to the smallest form. You got to create these 10, 20 pages. You got to really break everything down. And you got to do that with the Bible because anybody that says that you can't be reading, you could just read the daily scripture or read this here and there, but you really got to break it down. Like in the book of Job, it's like Job had everything and the devil came to God. It's like he wanted something. All right, I'm gonna give you Job. He allowed everything to be taken away from Job. Job questioned God. He lost everything. He was a rich man. He got it all again. I would recommend that book to read. That's probably my favorite book. It shows somebody who had everything, lost it, and gained everything back times 10.
He didn't question him though.
Almost,
He
but you're
didn't
right.
question him. That was because that was the whole conversation between.
He has some audacity though, but he kind of got fly with him. Go back and read it.
Because he said you. I know somebody who you can't, break. I know somebody who you can't devour. No matter what he's gonna go through, he's still gonna be
No, I was talking about when Job and God had the conversation. That's what I was
Oh, okay,
talking
okay.
about.
My bad.
Yeah. Oh no, you good. But
Mhm.
certain things that I take is invalid today. I'm gonna give you just a few examples. One of my favorite sayings in the Bible is a man who doesn't work doesn't eat. Now that's just not in a food aspect. That's in life because even Jesus had a job. He was a carpenter. So it's like if he had a job, we no exception. It's like no exception. You got to get out there. You can't. I understand there's people who got like Fortune 500 families. Like you just the money is just I get it, but that's not realistic. That's we down at the ground level. Like you got to work. Even those people they have to work to some extent. However, whatever they got it, you got to put in some type of work.
Mm-hmm.
And like another thing too that's kind of like sad is in the Bible it says in the end days, man is gonna become lovers of themselves. I think,
Damn.
and that's just not just us, but like women too.
I want to say I
I look
love
at
me some me,
that.
bro.
I interpret that as like when a man or a woman just in the mirror constantly, selfies galore, praising thyself galore, but calling ourselves gods. I'm a this God, that God. It takes a certain level of audacity because we not immortal. Any moment could be out. What Achilles told old girl in the tent, he was like the guys envy us because at any moment, but that's not that. That's not this, but it's just like that's the truth. Like at any moment, I could walk out and that's water cut
Yeah,
off. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
that's the truth. And I do believe that it's very valid. Anybody that says it's not, I don't think you're studying. I think that's kind of what it is because it's very valid. But that's just me. That's just me though. So
Yeah. What you think, Eli?
Man, you should ask me first. I gotta go behind this dude. God.
but it's your interpretation of it
Nah,
though.
you right though. I mean, you have that that's a lot of man. That's a lot of studying, bro. I didn't even like to read in school.
Facts.
I,
Well, no, I did. I love to read. That's just
nah,
me.
bro. Once I figured out that was a level that I could achieve with being good at that, and I can coast, that was it for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it is still valid. Um, you have all these. The only issue is that it's been interpreted and watered down and been manipulated over time. You know, each version is from a king of what he wanted his people to, um, view and how he wanted the kingdom to, so they used it as control, certain versions of it,
Facts.
and it's like, it's real. It's not too much of glorifying women in the Bible either. You know what I mean? It's like it's not
No.
too many. It's more so the Bible portrays women that kind of pull, maneuveries the whole time from start to almost the end. It's some you
Facts.
getting pulled, you getting some maneuvers pulled on you by a female, or you listening, or you know what I'm saying. So it's
Or
like
they
I
like
know that's
just a
not,
mother of somebody. You
yeah.
know what I
So I
mean?
know that's not like um the be all this version. You know what I mean? Because it's you got like the lost, lost scriptures. There's like 10 of them, 20 of them. You still got tablets they still finding, from 300, 500 plus thousand years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's still more information that's being, presented to us, right? That helps with the validation. So there are parts in the Bible that still are valid to this day. I feel like there are parts of it that was manipulated by people trying to get certain things, or some stuff just doesn't add up, right? So I'm not saying that I question it, but I just want to see it in its totality. Does that make sense?
No,
You
facts.
know what I'm saying? I
Facts. I
just want
mean,
to see it in its totality so I can. I'm not saying that I don't believe in none of that. What I'm saying is I just want to see it in its totality, and really break down on what it was really meant for, and not for what these different kings and what they wanted out of their kingdom and all that stuff.
and that's like, bro, you really hit it because that was the reason I brought that question into this because, like, bro, like you said, it's the King James version, it's this version, it's that version. It's like, bro, there was a whole era in life where like it was religious burnings and stuff. Like niggas was running around killing people or the what was the Catholic Wars or whatever. Like, bro, this can't be the version of the Bible, like the original version. Nigga. Like this the
Cause,
remix.
cause
Like you remember the One Blood remix? Nigga, this was like the original. Like this is the original. Like, bro, there's no way.
what
There's no
blood?
way that this is like translated in perfect English, word for word, verbatim from what the
Yeah,
original
nah,
was.
I don't think
Because
so.
the original niggas wasn't speaking English. English wasn't even around. Like niggas speaking like Mesopotamian or fucking niggas the shit from Star Wars. Niggas, I don't know. Like, bro, but there's no way that every lesson, everything that is being preached today was a part of the original. And I just like that's where it loses a little bit of the validity to me. Like I think the overall idea of like what you're saying, of Job, the nigga that lost it all, gained it back. Like you know what I mean? Like I think the lessons are valid, but I don't think everything in the Bible is valid. I can't get along with that. Because like you said, it was used for control. It was like, let me put these words in here because I need you to believe that what I'm telling you to do is valid. That somebody of a higher power told you to do that and told you to follow me. So I can't get fully behind the Bible, but I think the idea is what is meant to be taken away, like the certain ways you're supposed to live your life and not be selfish and be humble and be generous and stuff like that. I think those are the lessons you should take away from it.
I think it kind of go back to what I said, and I said it's gonna come full circle. It's like it's that belief factor. Like I said, you can't pull it, can't touch it, can't see it. It's in your
Yeah.
spirit. It's up top. And I think they gotta be the bottom line in order for this to work.
No, for
You
sure,
gotta
for
you
sure.
gotta truly. I'm kind of just really like rebutting like how he feeling for the most part. It's like how he said it's certain things that he can't get behind. You know, it's cool, but that's why I think the relationship it just gotta be there for real because this is what I believe. Like no matter if it's manipulated, if it's changed, I believe the main thing is the meat and potatoes in there, the ones that we have access to.
Yeah,
I think that's enough. That's just my personal opinion. I think it's enough in there. It's too much teaching in there because somebody can't like say judgment they come and somebody is like, well, I don't think that it was enough in there. I'm like, nah, that's a lie. That's a lie. I'm like, no, we're not even gonna do that. It's enough meat and potatoes in there for you to really live your life prosperous. But I think that the relationship, it just
But
gotta
the question
be.
is like, okay, what for me the question is what makes it more valid than the Quran or the Buddhist faith, whatever their document is that they go back to and study from, or the Chinese where
Mhm.
they got the proverbs and stuff like that. Like, what makes it more valid than others? Because in my mind,
they all
all
kind of
religion is
correlate.
just based
They all kind
on
of
one
correlate. Yeah, they
denomination
all
where
kind of
niggas
correlate with
from
each
different
other in a
cultures
sense.
traveled and took their versions of it and like built upon that stuff. But like it all kind of comes from the same thing, just however they interpreted it.
I'm not gonna say I had to really think about what I was saying, but I'm I'm not saying like the Bible is like this bad thing that they use to just oh everything in it is manipulated. It's not what I'm saying. It's how you use the book. It's how how you interpret it and how you apply it. You know what I'm saying? And that's really where it comes down to. You'll have some guys who use it, and it can be used as a form to mislead, right? So they got to answer for that when they go. But then you had this whole flock of people who got misled. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
it's not more so that it's not valid. It's about how we using it. You know what I'm saying? To like, are we doing what we supposed to do with it to lead or to set that example? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm getting from it. The lost, all the stuff that's not in the Bible. My not my lack of faith. It's my thirst for more knowledge. Does that make sense?
It made perfect sense, my G.
Because a lot of times you'll read certain things in the Bible and you like, man, I kind of feel like this is missing something. Like I need a little more clarity on certain things, right? So it's like, okay, like let me go research. Let me go look for more. I think that's still the same thing in what you were saying, Marcus, about the studying. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not just studying we studying the Bible, but we studying like God Himself. Like we studying like the faith. Like we're studying every aspect of it. What can we add to it that's not here? Because it wasn't like the faith that we are at now. It's the same type 2,000 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It evolved. Things got added to it. More information was found. It kept building. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where it is. I want to be able to build it more than, I'm 30 right now, and we still going through kind of like we still reading kind of like the same scriptures. Like I didn't heard a sermon on every aspect of the Bible in my life already. This version of the Bible, right? But then what else is it to it? I don't want to get into like where I'm thinking and I'm reading something, but it's really from like, some demonic ish. You know what I mean? So but you still have to seek the knowledge. You still have to try to go up there and attain more. I don't know if it's I don't want to say satisfied with it, but I just don't want it to just be like this is it. And then, I miss out on something that I could have helped lead others to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. I ain't gonna lie, it was a part. Everybody know the Book of Eli. It's a part in there where the nigga was like, he's like what's that nigga name? The white nigga who's after the Bible. It was the nigga was like trying to get to the Bible. It was a little scene, and he was like, bro, yeah. But the nigga, it was a little scene where he was just like, yeah, man, I can if I get my hands on this, I can lead people. Like I can tell them, like this is the way. Like all like it's certain things. Like he was running the small town, like had everything on lock, but he understood that it was like people didn't believe in him; they were just forced to follow him. So if he got that book, then he can get them to follow him based on faith, not just a fear. So I think there's just so much more of that going on today where it's like people like pastors and everybody like they saying, oh, well, the Lord talked to me and he told me that you need to follow, you should follow me. And I don't know if I just can't get behind that. You know what I mean? Like I question that truly. Because
but that's not the validation of the Bible. That's a nigga misusing it. Like you think, you saying
that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not saying it is a validation or like anything like that. It could be like this is where I stand, and this is where my issue overall with the whole religious aspect is just because it's too much of the intersection of man and their spirituality. Like men are flawed, men have too much. I can't be taught about a religion from a man. No matter how good his heart is, I just know, like like respectfully to all my family members, don't get no issue. But like I know where my pastor was in life. I know the shit that he's done in life. So I don't really know if I can fully get behind you. I can believe in the Lord, but I don't know if you are going to be the one to teach me the right way. So that's where I kind of separate myself from the religious a little bit. You can question it. I get it. But for me, I can't. There's too much men involved in the religious aspect for me. It's just way too much. Not men, like just physically men, but like people and their own agendas involved in the religion. It's way too much of that for me. But
if you find out that the pastor that you were like, like following or whatever, like he told you, something from his past. He ain't doing it no more, but it's from his past. But he's been leading y'all like, nobody else. You telling me that you will start pulling yourself away because of something that he's done before.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying on a day-to-day, like your life is this. Like you say you gave your life to God, but you still smoking, you still drinking, you doing this, you doing that. Like, nah, I can't follow you.
Okay.
I can't follow you.
I thought you
people, whoever you can.
The way I understood, the way I heard it like you were saying, like I know what he's.
That's why
done.
he said respect. Okay. That's why he said respectfully to his people. Before he went into that, he was like, if you still kind of like dipping and dabbling in certain things, and you trying to like you trying to give the word off. Yeah,
right, my bad. Apologies.
I can't, and I know too many people that's like that, where it's like they preaching it word for word what they seeing, whatever their own interpretation is, but like you not necessarily living it all the way. You know what I mean? Like you still on some, and of course I'm on my shit too. So it ain't like I'm particularly judging you, but I can't follow you. I can't follow you. You know what I mean? Like I just can't. But to sum it all up, bro, I think like in the end, people have faith and they have like, you know, they serve a higher power because at the end of the day, they want to go, like when they die, they want to know that they're going to go to a better place. It ain't just going to be, I die and that's it.
Nah, we coming back.
Or you know what I mean? Like,
it's a recycle.
like, you know what I mean? So it's like, for me, let's say the world tomorrow, you got 24 hours, it's over. What are you going to do with that time? And where do you think you're going when it's all said and done? Whoever want to start it off, Eli?
You started off.
Since you don't like going. You don't, oh, shit, I will. Shit, I will. Shit, for me, I ain't gonna lie, with my last 24 hours, I got a little less than an eighth. You know, I got I probably got more than an eighth left. I'm smoking that shit. Yeah, immediately. I'm smoking that shit. My nephews are coming over in about 2 hours, so I'm gonna go pick them up, bring them home. We gonna eat, we gonna chill. I'm gonna enjoy my time. When these kids go to sleep, I'm about to try to get me some. I'm about to try to finesse the buzz. You know what I mean? Honestly, I don't need to do nothing super amazing. Like nigga want to go skydive, do no shit like that. I want to enjoy the last moments with my family, bro, because in the end, it's all I care about either way. And when it's all said and done, I don't know. I've tried my best to live like a good man, what I believe a good man is. Not what nobody told me what a good man is. I've tried to take care of I've done the best I can to take care of my kids. I've done the best I can to take care of my wife. I try my best to take care of my family. I try not to hold people unnecessarily for no fucking reason. Now I have hold a couple people, so I understand. I ain't always been a good person. But I think overall, if there is a heaven, I should be in there, bro. I should be in there, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
The last 24. To be honest, I don't know. That's a big question. I don't even know for real. To be honest, I can't even. And I apologize for not knowing, but I don't know. But as far as like the destination, in the biblical sense,
yeah,
I ain't scared to admit it. It's because even in the book it say only few gonna get to. I see why though. It makes sense though. It makes sense. It kind of go back to what I said earlier, like the pride of man. That's the downfall. If you look at the way the world is, and I always bring this back. Humans make it harder for other humans to live. Our leaders don't look out for us as the way they should. Because like it's like that agenda, keep the rich rich and keep the poor poor. I believe that's true 100%, like 100%. How they raise the rent on us, how they refuse to pay us more on these jobs. I'm like, it ain't enough to go around. But even in the Bible, it say like the poor, they're gonna always be among us, and that's unfortunate. But it's just the way it's always been. But it's like you got 1% of the population who has more resources than the rest, and I'm not saying I'm asking for a handout, but if I'm able to take some of what you got and give it to somebody who needs it way more than me, then I'll do that. 10 times out of 10, it's like greed. It's like greed, ambitions to do anything that's not like pleasing to God, or yeah, just the pride of man, the ego that I'm the big fish. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be Himothy all the time. I can't. I'm the type of person, I see a homeless man. What's up, boss? How you doing, boss? Call him boss.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Acknowledge them at least. You know what I mean? Like, don't treat them like they next to nothing because they have nothing.
What? What's up? How you doing, boss?
Now you make me feel like
you need what you need. You need something?
A-hole.
It's people. I remember I went to get like a COVID test. Me and Davina. I see a cat just outside the Walgreens, just sitting, just laying down, bro, just laying down. I'm like, hey, you got some cash? I send it back to you. You give me whatever you got. Here you go, boss. Go do some, go take care of yourself. I know it ain't much, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, it's really hard. It's heartbreaking to see how we are amongst each other in humanity. I feel like humanity, sometimes it's in the basement. That's why I love what I love seeing YouTube videos of like people who bless other people. It's almost a tearjerker because like it's still some.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, I've been going down a rabbit hole with them, bro. Like, because you need that inspiration a little bit too, bro. You need to be able to see that it's not just all fucked up all the time, bro. It's not just people taking from other people. It's not just people finessing other people out of what they have, their own resources to gain more. Like, bro, like you said, that greed, like, man, it seems like it's overshadowed the world a little bit, bro. It's like, and it's not just financially either, bro. It's like people are greedy with the number of girls they got. They greedy with the attention that they get.
Knowledge.
You know what I mean? It's facts.
That's why I say if I won the lottery, they're gonna try to off me because I'm giving and giving. I'm talking about like I'm not saying like a charity. No, not like a charity. No, like I know where the people at. I know who need that. Like, here you go. No charity.
On the screen, nigga.
No internet. It ain't gonna be on no internet. No, I'm not posting this. I'm like, hey, look, no, I'm not doing that. Corny. That's cornball activity. Like, I'm not. It's door to door with me. Like, here you go. This I know you need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just tangent. Sorry.
No, you know these tangent kings. Eli, what you think, bro?
I swear to God, I was trying to go. I started talking and that nigga just started going. I said, God.
My bad, bro. I did it again. My bad, bro. My bad, bro.
Nah, you Gucci.
That's why I always try to make sure it's a gap between me and that nigga. If either I'm going first or I'm going after you after that nigga.
Dang it. Nah, hold on. I just want to piggyback off of what you were saying, Marcus. Because it's that feeling that you get. It's a certain type of feeling that you get when you go around certain ones. That makes sense? Because all of them ain't homeless. You know what I'm saying? All them niggas some of them, I've seen plenty of niggas go right to their Cadillac and get on moving. You know what I'm saying? Nah, like, but you have you don't feel bad when you walk past somebody and you don't do nothing. If you don't have it on you. You get what I'm saying? Like, if it wasn't on you, Marcus, to do that, you walk past that dude, then it wasn't meant for it to be. You get what I'm saying? But don't ignore that voice when it is time to do it. You know what I'm saying? When you ignore the voice, when you ignore that feeling, then you're going to have you're going to feel some type of way about yourself. You know what I'm saying? It used to be times where I'd be like, here, you know what I'm saying? Like right when I leave the job, I go up and then it's a stoplight right before you get on 35. It's a stop right there. It's always somebody sitting right there in the little middle medium with a sign and maybe like a little dog or a little puppy or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's for the aesthetics with the puppy, but I'm not finna give nobody no money and they got a dog. Sell that dog, nigga. I don't know what to tell you, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that some stuff like that, nah. But it was a time where I thought it was like real late at night. Me and Sakari was on the home, and um, it was this couple, and they were like, "We need money. We can't, this, that, and the third." And I was like, all right, come on. Like, this dangerous, nigga, dangerous. I went to the ATM, dangerous. Went to the ATM, took money out, gave it to him. I think I gave him like $80, something like that. Gave it to him. Sakari was pissed at me. Talking about pissed. Can't believe you put my life in danger like this. We don't know those people. Da 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 da. I get home. She tell her mama. I'm sitting here arguing with her and her mama. I was like, I said, I'll do it again. I apologize that I put you in harm's way, right? But if it's on me to give somebody to help, I'm gonna help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you always gotta have that a part of it. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I ignored it at least 3 times, nigga, and I know because I can remember the 3 times I ignored it, and it still bothers me. You know what I'm saying? So you don't ignore. Go make sure that when you're in that opportunity, you had opportunity to help somebody, do it. You know what I'm saying? You're in a grocery store, you see somebody walk by, they're right there. They can't pay for everything. You can take care of it, nigga, do it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But to answer the question, what am I doing? I'm probably just gonna scoop up the family, and we're gonna go to hijack a plane, and we finna go to some crazy place that we ain't never been before, and we're gonna enjoy ourselves until it's all over. And then after that, I will sit in front of him and find out what's gonna happen.
Man,
I can't call it, nigga. Shit, I can't.
It's like that show Deal or No Deal. Like, bro, it's a case right there. And boy, look, hey man, it could be 10 million, or it could be a trip to the underground. You don't know. Like I in my mind, I think I've done enough, but I also know I've done some bad things. I ain't always lived great, you know what I mean? But I feel like my heart was never full of malice. You know what I mean? Like I never was on some like, fuck everybody, like fuck y'all. I'm just gonna live, like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like if the malice not there, then everything else shouldn't even matter, to be honest. I would think, but that's just my own thought process. You know what I mean? But honestly, I feel like this is a great conversation, bro. Like this is what we need to have because, like, as adult men, bro, like I think we hold so much weight. You know what I mean? Like because we shaped the younger generation behind us and take the knowledge from the people in front of us. You know what I mean? Like, so whatever we doing, like we need to be teaching whatever, like our younger generations to, live better. And whether or not that involves religion, I don't necessarily know because I don't know if I'm gonna be the religious type. I don't know if I'm gonna have my kids, growing up in a church like I did. Whatever they feel like if they feel like they have that calling like you do, Eli, where they feel some type of way, then I'm going, I'm gonna support that. But I'm never gonna try to force them to go to church. So I think these conversations are great to have. You know what I mean? Speaking of, come on, Bubba. You say hi to Uncle. You say hi.
What's up, nephew?
Down?
It's Uncle. All right. But yeah, man.
Hey.
I think we had a great conversation, man. I don't know about y'all. Y'all got anything else on your heart?
No.
Testimonies you want to give?
We're gonna have to collect offering. We
No,
got the collector
plate.
right here with the green on. You gonna walk around?
Send the plate. If you have it on your heart to give, you know what I mean? Cash App.
Give it to the little light skinned baby.
Cash App is on the way. You know what I mean? We're gonna put that in the description down below. Yeah, man. I truly enjoyed this conversation, bro. Seriously.
I don't know why, but I feel like Eli outro is just as important today as it is any other
Man,
podcast for some reason.
All right, man. Look, man. Y'all watch. Y'all pray. Y'all live holy every day. Y'all make sure God guides your way, and y'all be safe and be blessed, man. We are out.